So today's topic, Bruno Mars, who apparently is guilty of cultural appropriation.
I hate Bruno Mars. Everybody knows that I fucking hate Bruno Mars.
It's a great start to any kind of discussion.
Like if Bruno Mars died tomorrow, I would bake a fucking cake. Like, I hate this guy.
When I want to hear an unbiased opinion from someone on a very cultural and intellectually interesting topic,
I always go to the
I
person
want to
that
hear.
hates you.
If he dies, I'm baking a cake, a red velvet.
That's a weird celebration.
Can it.
The reason why I fucking hate Bruno Mars is because, like, yes, Bruno Mars 100% is a cultural appropriator.
Why is your YouTube name Sensei Aishimatsu?
I eat shit my soup. My name I eat shit my soup means lots of love in Japanese.
Right, and how much do you know about Japanese culture?
Well, like I said, I know it means I love you. So
Okay, so don't you think that you're maybe culturally appropriating from Japanese culture? Here's my thing.
Maybe
Black
that's
people,
her
if you're going to accuse Bruno Mars of culturally appropriating things from black people, you can't then yourself go and appropriate things from Japanese culture and then act like it's all cool and shit.
We never did that. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
And you guys are bringing up Michael Jackson. People had to campaign to get Michael Jackson's videos played on MTV.
Oh, MTV.
We are not in that same time period, right? Number one, me personally, like, I don't even think that Michael Jackson now in this day and age will be able to get to the point that he got.
Facts.
So the industry worked actively to keep Michael Jackson off the airwaves, but you feel like he would have more difficulty today where they would love to have him on the airwaves. But hey, listen, this is coming from the girl who would bake a fucking birthday cake if Bruno Mars died, so you know this shit's valuable.
Part of that is because people have realized that they prefer their black music and their black culture from a non-black face.
But Michael Jackson lost his popularity as he became more white. In fact, Michael Jackson is one of the only people who became white and had less privilege in life.
Facts.
Previously.
Facts.
It's not because you scream facts that are actual facts.
knock knock.
Who's there?
Facts.
Facts who?
Facts on facts on facts. Facts on Fact City bitch. Fact City bitch.
Bruno Mars is not an original artist in the same way that Michael Jackson was an original artist, in the same way that Prince was an original artist. What Bruno Mars does is he takes pre-existing work and he just completely, word for word, recreates it, extrapolates it.
You talking about sampling? Yeah, it's called hip hop, bitch. I don't know where you've been on. Half of Tupac's songs are samples from classic 70s and 60s songs that I'm in love with. This is getting dumber and dumber. You mad? And I get it. Black people were upset. We're upset because a lot of white people are doing things that black people have historically done and getting way further with less talent and less skill. And that's upsetting. But you're picking the wrong example.
He is racially ambiguous. He is not black at all.
Bruno Mars, my nigga's Puerto Rican.
He's Pinoy. Ask Jew.
Polynesian. The cultural appropriation, the way it works, it just means to borrow elements from another culture. So it's not inherently good or it's not inherently bad. It's just taking things from other cultures. Anytime you cook a dish for something else, you're culturally appropriating, technically speaking.
Fine.
Where it becomes negative, somebody opened up an Ethiopian restaurant and they said it was food from Russia, I would be fucking annoyed. I get that aspect.
Yo.
Okay, we want to do that, that's fine.
But that's
when
not what we're talking
someone,
about right now.
you know, takes an aspect of Ethiopian culture, goes on to win award chefs, and then constantly credits all of his inspirations, constantly credits his time in Ethiopia, the time he spent working there as a sous chef and all that stuff, then yeah, I'm gonna respect the shit out of him regardless of what race he is because I'm fine with it.
Every time you hear an interview with Bruno Mars, he always
He credits.
He tells it, yo, I got it from there. This is my inspiration.
He's a karaoke singer. He's a wedding singer. He's the person you hire to do Michael Jackson and Prince covers. Yet Bruno Mars has an Album of the Year Grammy and Prince never won an Album of the Year Grammy. So how you gonna...
They're saying because he benefits from his racial ambiguity, that's why he's getting this stuff, and so it's whack that he gets to do that stuff.
And Prince is not racially and whatever else ambiguous?
You know,
Nigga, you don't know where Prince is from if you look at
you don't
it.
even know his gender. My nigga's mad androgynous. Listen.
You don't know where he's from.
Here's the thing. You're definitely right about historically great black, musicians and artists being shunned by award shows. That's definitely true. But that has nothing to do with Bruno Mars' experience. In fact, that just shows our evolution as artists. You're seeing a whole bunch of new people winning awards for the first time. Kobe Bryant just won the first animation award for a black person ever, right? You're seeing Dave Chappelle get Emmys. All these different people getting Grammys and things like that. And so as a result, we're just seeing these barriers being broken down.
Before we knew who he was, we were singing his songs before we knew who Bruno Mars was. You know what I'm saying? Like he wrote and produced "Fuck You" by CeeLo Green. He did "Billionaire." He did all of this music that we don't even know he was a part of.
Facts on facts on facts. Facts on facts. Facts! That's arguments right there.
I think Bruno Mars is an example of progress. I think more and more black people are starting to win all these awards everywhere. We're seeing it in every facet of the entertainment industry. And this idea that dark skin is now being ostracized way more than ever before, I think is completely the opposite. That's my take on this. Now I have a funeral to go to, so I gotta bake a cake. Peace. If that bitch dies, should we send her a cake?
Make it red velvet.